Math Tango is so much fun. And if you want your child to do better in multiplication or arithmetic, and you just want to hand them an app and there they go, do this one. I have found near the end, kind of, it can get a little bit clunky because there's this thing where you have to find little monsters on the island. But in general, it's just so fun, so good. I actually like to play it myself. Super fun. Okay, this guy, I don't know why, but he is just the most amazing teacher. You can watch him for free on YouTube. He is so much fun. This is called Math Antics. If you want to learn numeracy, algebra, it's grades 3 through 8. He has a separate program that has kind of workshops to supplement the videos, but this is the most compelling, engaging math teacher I have ever seen. Time for learning. So if you're a family who's looking for an all-in-one online homeschooling program where you just push a button, there it goes, your kid learns, done and done. Time for learning is your choice. I don't recommend it a ton because it is very much aligned with school standards, and part of the mission of Modulo is kind of breaking free of those school standards and thinking about what does my child need to learn, and how do I meet their full potential, since I have this luxury of one-on-one learning, or with siblings, 1-on-3 or 1-on-4. But time for learning is a great solution if you just want to have that confidence that they're staying on track with school and you want to make it easy for yourself. It's also adaptive, it's fun, it's amazing, it's secular. You can't go wrong if you care a lot about state standards. But I would just say I encourage you to step outside the box a little bit, because school standards are designed for millions of kids to kind of reach a mid-level, and it's possible that your child can go much, much further than just these school standards. Curiosity untamed is, okay, life skills. A lot of parents care about this. How do you teach your kid to cook, to clean, to take out the trash? If your kid responds well to extrinsic rewards, this is just such a fun system that will help them thrive. It's kind of just inspired by Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, and great way to help your kid kind of start helping around the house, which will help you too. Oh, okay. Now I know not everyone here is in New York City. I hope you're not all in New York City, but I really wanted to include a homeschool co-op here, because homeschool co-ops are just so much the heart and soul of homeschooling. If you haven't heard of a homeschool co-op before, it's a place where families can come take classes. They can drop their kid off for a day. Sometimes families volunteer or teach classes. Brooklyn Apple is one of the first homeschool co-ops in Brooklyn. It's run by this beautiful teaching artist. They have a wood shop. There's one day where they just go on different field trips all around New York City. And so I really hope that your child gets the opportunity to participate in a homeschool co-op. And I know this was one in New York. We're kind of starting to develop more of a guide to homeschooling co-ops, but we already know about a lot of them, even though they're not on Modulo. So if you're curious and you want to find a homeschool co-op near you, feel free to reach out and we can help with that. It's also pretty easy if you're part of a local homeschooling Facebook group or meetup group to just ask around and see if there's a homeschool co-op. But we love Brooklyn Apple. And if you're thinking about starting your own homeschool co-op, it's a great model to look at. Now, we talked a little bit about Real Science Odyssey for science, project-based learning. Building Foundations of Scientific Understanding is another really great hands-on science program. I would say the difference between Real Science Odyssey and BFSU, and people might disagree, is that it seems like BFSU is a little more in-depth and challenging and requires a lot of prep on the part of the parents. And if you have that time, it's amazing. But I would also say sometimes kids who are really gifted and just love science, science is their favorite subject. I think the BFSU is the science program to choose. It's really great for those kids who are just naturally talented and excited about everything science. Now, no homeschooling guide would be complete without mentioning Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. It's just, it gets the job done. I mean, it's 100 lessons. You do one a day. At the end, your kid knows how to read. It's based on the science of reading. It's systematic. Only problem is it's kind of boring. And so you really have to have a kid who's just willing to sit for 15 minutes and learn a reading lesson, either because They're concentrated, they enjoy being around you, or they really want to know how to read. And, if you need something a little more fun and engaging, I definitely go with Wild Reading or Homer or another program like that. Homer, perfect timing. So Homer is an adaptive learning app. It's toddler through second grade. If you want your kids to learn how to read, it's super fun. It also has early math. And I would say that in general, toddlers do not do very well with adaptive learning apps, but Homer is one of the few apps I've seen that even really little kids can get engaged. And it's just a super fun, super effective early learning app. In fact, probably the only one I've seen that even doesn't have a lot of bugs for teaching kids how to read.